again, it's me, back with another Showdown in the Badlands Duels review. Um, the Hunter review was postponed until the rest of the reviews, until the rest of the cards for Hunter are revealed. I also just kind of didn't really want to talk about it, because I want to maintain a good relationship with Blizzard in the future. So, on to the Warlock reveals. So behind me here, I've got a card we've already seen before, Tram Mechanic. This sort of teased the Barrel of Sludge mechanic, so I'm going to talk about it because I want to re-examine this in the context of the rest of these cards. But it's a 1-mana 2/1 with Deathrattle, get a Barrel of Sludge. Toxic Waste, handle with care. And the Barrel of Sludge is a 2-mana spell that has the Fell tag, and it says when this is played, discarded or destroyed, deal 3 damage to the lowest health enemy. Personally, I just think this is a good card. I think every Deathrattle, every Mummy Magic deck is going to want to run this, because if this has Reborn, this is 1-mana 2/1, Reborn, add 2 Dark Bombs to your hand. And, like, Dark Bombs are good cards. Or, well, they're decent cards. So I think this is good. I like this card a lot. But even given and some additional context here, we've got some more Sludge cards. That's right. Disco Warlock is back. So we've got 2-mana 3/2, Disposal Assistant, Battlecry, and Deathrattle. Put a Barrel of Sludge on the bottom of your deck. Bottom of your deck? Now that's interesting. Without support, I don't know what we would do with the bottom of our deck, but we can destroy the cards with Steam Cleaners, which is kind of interesting. But moving on, we've got Furnace Fuel, 4-mana fire spell. When this is played, discarded or destroyed, draw 2 cards. This is actually better than Hand of Gul'dan for Disco Warlock and Duels because it draws less cards and it can be activated in other ways than just discarding. I like this card a lot. And yes, I said because it draws less cards. Yes, drawing 3 cards is drawing too many cards in Duels when your hero power, may I remind people who don't know very much about Duels, Warlock has a hero power as Willow called Dark Arts, which is 1 mana, look at 3 cards in your hand, choose 1 to discard to draw a card. Yeah, you don't need Hand of Gul'dan, but this is right in that sweet spot. I like this a lot. Waste Remover, 4-mana 7/7 Demon. At the end of your turn, destroy the bottom 3 cards of your deck. Hey, look at that, a 4-mana 7/7. And now we have a way to get rid of our Sludge. Okay. Fracking. Look at the bottom 3 cards of... Or, sorry, 1 mana. Fracking. Look at the bottom 3 cards of your deck. Draw 1 and destroy the others. Man, I love this card. This card rules. So, first of all, it's tracking. Right? First of all, it's tracking because the old tracking destroyed the other 2 cards that you didn't draw. But, even if it wasn't tracking... which makes fracking a good pun, you're looking deep down at the bottom of your well of resources, like at the bottom of a very deep mine, and you're destroying twice as many resources as you're gaining from doing it. And it's in Warlock, meaning the people who would do it are ethically questionable. Man, this card just hits so many perfect flavor points for me, and it's also a good card. Warlock would love a tracking, and this usually destroys 2 Barrels of Sludge. So I like this a lot. It's very good. Moving on, we've got Sludge on Wheels. 5-mana 1/5 Rush. Oh man, I wish I had unlocked potential. But 3-mana 1/5 Rush. Whenever this takes damage, get a Barrel of Sludge and add 1 to the bottom of your deck. Awesome card. Really awesome card. I like it. Popgar the Putrid. 4-mana 2/6. Where's my unlocked potential? 4-mana 2/6. Your fell spells cost 1 less and have lifesteal. Battlecry. Get 2 Barrels of Sludge. This card is so cool. All these cards are so cool. And again, even if you're not discarding the Barrels of Sludge, even if you're just playing them, they are dark bombs. Like, you don't want to run a dark bomb in your deck necessarily unless you need a lot of damage. But for free generated cards, these are really good. And not only that, a lot of them have Deathrattles. Mummy Magic allows us to double up on the amounts of barrels of sludge we get. It allows us to use Expired Merchant twice. It allows us to use Leper Gnome twice. I really like this direction for Disco Warlock. Barrel of Sludge, Deathrattle, Disco Zoo. I'm gonna try it day one. I hope you do too. Moving on, we've got the Excavate package. That's right, Warlock is an Excavator. So we've got our 2 Excavate cards here. That's right, Warlock only gets 2 ways to Excavate. And they're both conditional. So I'm not super high on Warlock Excavate decks. It is cool that Moarg Drillfist is a Deathrattle. So in theory, if you're trying to work this into the Disco Zoo, there's room for it. Because it has the Deathrattle, and the Smokestack here is just a good card. Let me just go ahead and evaluate these two. So Moarg Drillfist is a 4-mana 4/5 taunt, Deathrattle, Excavate a Treasure. And then Smokestack is a 1-mana Fell spell, deal 1 damage to a minion. If it dies, Excavate a Treasure. So these are decent cards. A 4-mana 4/5 taunt that generates a card, and a Mortal Coil that generates a card instead of drawing a card. Those are both decent cards, but they're also both conditional. And it makes me feel like Excavate isn't going to be as strong in Warlock as people would like. I'm probably going to avoid putting these cards in my Sludge Disco Zoo. So, it's just me. And then, there was one other reveal, which we've got up here in the top left. This is the treasure for Warlock, the Azurite Snake. 4-mana 5/5 Elemental Beast. Seems to be a theme. I wonder if they're all going to be 4-mana 5/5 Elemental Beasts. But it's got Battle Cry. Your hero steals 10 health from the enemy hero. Wow. That's a win condition. I don't like the Excavate cards, but that is a strong win condition. And these cards do sort of lend themselves to a control deck, so I can see it working. I'm not sold on it working in duels just because the Excavate, like, the sheer number of Excavates is hard to get. But I definitely see this being a control deck in Standard. And then lastly, we've got the the legendary for Excavates, which is a 7-mana 4/4 Battle Cry. If you've excavated twice, summon 6 3/3 tram cars with Rush. This reminds me of, oh, what is her name? The 7-mana 5/5 for each soul gem in your deck. Summon a 3/3 with Rush. That's what this reminds me of, but the condition is a lot easier to activate. And it feels like this is going to help you a lot in a control deck. Just be a nice big board swing. It's 1 more expensive than the Imp spell that does a similar thing. But you can also decide where all the rushers go. I like it. If the Excavate deck is good, this will be good. If the Excavate deck is bad, this will be bad. That's really all there is to it. I believe that's all the reveals for today. Yep. So that's going to be all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.